All right, here we go. Here's the actual Am I the A-hole? Am I the A-hole for demanding my girlfriend change her dress for a wedding? Tyler, first thoughts just on the headline.
Yes.
Justin, first thoughts on the headline.
Yeah, the word demanding doesn't bode well.
Yeah, the fact that they say demanding themselves, that's...
Well, I mean, so they put that in quotes. So I'm assuming that might be what the girlfriend said, like, you're demanding I do this. So it's am I the a-hole for, quote, demanding my girlfriend change her dress for a wedding? Still sticking with yes, the a-hole? Both. Remember, it gets just on the headline. We'll get the whole story here in a minute.
I mean, yeah, I think for putting that in air quotes, that right there makes him the a-hole.
All right, here we go.
Or her.
This happened during this weekend. Me being in my early 30s and my girlfriend in her late 20s, I was invited to a wedding ceremony of a colleague and could bring someone with me. I asked my girlfriend that I've been dating for a year if she would like to join me, and she was really happy because she apparently loves weddings. You just found that out? You guys have been together a year? Good God. Since we don't live together, I drove to pick her up so we'd have some time to spare before the ceremony. As she comes out, she looks really beautiful and has obviously put in time to fix her hair and makeup. She's also wearing an off-white dress that was rather ornate. As she got in, I told her that she looked stunning, but I asked if she could change to a different colored dress for the ceremony. I'm not one for etiquette by far, but one of the few things I have heard everywhere is that you should not wear a white dress to a wedding unless you're the bride. She became pretty upset and wanted to know what was wrong with her dress. I said that it would be inappropriate to wear a white or off-white dress unless you're the bride. And then it's like wedding law or something, trying to be lighthearted about it. She rolled her eyes and said that it was an outdated tradition about women and virginity, and that when her friends got married, everyone wore white and that it's not a big thing anymore. I told her that I don't know what the dress code is for the ceremony, but since it's not saying all white clothes, I still thought she should change to another color, but white or almost white, because my colleague was getting married and we had no idea how she felt about it. My girlfriend became really upset and told me that I was trying to control what she was wearing and that it was abusive, which honestly made me really upset and hurt. Gross set, buddy. I said something along the lines of, well, you shouldn't go to a wedding with an abuser then. And then I told her to F off out of my car. She began to cry and wanted to apologize and give me a hug, but I just told her to get out, which she did. And they've since put in an edit here. He says, to clarify, we never left the driveway by her home. I did not drop her off in the middle of nowhere or anything like that. I drove off, and she called and texted me a bunch. I answered, I don't want to talk right now, and then turned my phone off and attended the ceremony. The bride was the only one that was wearing white, so I feel as if my gut feeling was the right one. When I got home, my phone was blown up by texts from her and her best friend, saying that I was being inconsiderate and controlling and should apologize for my behavior. I have vented to a few friends, most of them agreeing with me, but some have said that it was an asshole move or asshole thing to tell her that she could not wear her dress because it had nothing to do with me. I feel as if I was in the right since it was my colleague's wedding and it was better to be safe than sorry. But I'm also not sure if I was being an a-hole about the situation. So, am I the a-hole? And they've added an extra update right here. I never expected this thread to get this many replies. I'm incredibly thankful for all of you that have reached out and commented. I really, really appreciate that you've taken the time to tell me. My girlfriend found out about the thread. Don't know if she knew my handle or just found it. And we talked over the phone. She apologized and I apologized, and it was a pretty good talk. She asked if she could come over. I said no, and that it would be best for us to go our separate ways. She got upset and asked why I wouldn't even try to work it out. I basically said goodbye, and then she said, I basically said goodbye, and then she said my dick was small, which actually made me laugh after what had been a pretty mature conversation, and then she hung up. I'm pretty sad about it, She really made me feel happy, but as many of you have commented, if this was our first disagreement and she called me abusive, how would future disagreements look? I was hurt, but if she did think I was being abusive, it would be the right thing to do. And if she did not think I was abusive and said it anyways, I would not want to be with her. So anyways, I think things worked out for the best for both of us. Again, thank you all, and I will keep trying to respond to all of you. But there are a lot of messages, but I read through them all. Dude, he's got 2,684 comments on this post. Oh, it's actually, it would be ESH. It's everybody sucks here.
Ah, yes, ESH.
That's
There
what
you go.
Tyler's looking for. All right, so we know where Tyler's going here. What about you, Justin? You can pick, he's the a-hole, she's the a-hole, everybody sucks here, or you need more information.
I think everybody sucks here. I think I agree with him. I don't think he was wrong to say, like, hey, you know, it might be inappropriate to wear a white dress to a wedding. I think that's a pretty common thing. I think she was out of line for calling him an abuser, and I think he was out of line for telling her to F off and get out of his car. I think that was a little harsh, too. I don't think either of them handled it well, but I agree that I don't think they should have been together if that was how they were going to handle it.
Like maybe this is all for the best? Maybe?
Maybe a wedding is the start of something new. I don't know.
And it's his colleague from work, right? So everything that happens is going to reflect on him. Like, she's not going to have to probably deal with this person.
Oh yeah, no,
right?
and that's where he's in a difficult situation. I think that bringing up to her like, hey, you shouldn't be wearing white. Remember they did a whole episode. I mean, not the whole episode, but that was in The Office when they were. Was it Phyllis's wedding where Kelly wears a white dress, and somebody makes the comment to her, aren't you not supposed to wear white to somebody else's wedding? And her comment or her reply to that is, yeah, but I look great in this dress. And it looks like she's wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah, that's definitely a Kelly thing to do.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
So some of the responses here on Reddit, somebody says, not the a-hole. Your girlfriend should have known better. Unless you know the couple and it's a request, you don't wear white. She also overreacted, and you did the right thing by asking her to not go and get out of your car. And that's where it's kind of like, maybe you probably could have pumped the brakes a little bit before telling her to F off. Of course, we don't know what escalated to that. Like Tyler likes to say, again, we're only getting one side of the story. But I think he's in the right for telling her you can't wear that. Now, okay, I'll start with you, Justin. You have a girlfriend, similar situation. You've been with her for a year. You're going to a wedding. She's wearing white. What do you do?
Depends on how much I like this friend's wedding.
What about how much you like the girlfriend?
Well, it's a work thing, so I
Yeah, let's say,
imagine
okay, how about this? How about this? Tyler's getting married.
you have to fly 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
to my
you're
wedding.
coming out here to El Paso. Screw it. Act like we're all in the same city. Tyler's getting married. You've been with this girl for a year. She hasn't really been around the work people a lot. I assumed that that's something that was going on with this story, is that this girlfriend hadn't really been around this guy's work colleagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what would you do? She walks out of her house. She's wearing this beautiful dress. She looks gorgeous, but it's white. What do you do?
I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, hey, I think it's inappropriate. And then if I really liked her and she refused, I would have let her go to the wedding, and then loophole, I accidentally spill a drink on her at the wedding and she has to change.
Damn, Justin, you are brilliant, sir.
Problem solved. I'm not in the doghouse, and he has a magnificent wedding.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you're going to do it, because I assume my wife-to-be would have asked me to do something about it. And then I would have had to spill the dress on, or the drink on her dress.
It's a good thing we're having these conversations right now, because if that happens in the future, we all know we'll all show up. We're going to see Justin's girlfriend in a white dress. We give each other that nod, like, all right, all right, all right. And then Tyler knows he's got it covered. 5 minutes into it, bam, oops, I'm sorry. Here's a complete glass of red wine dumped all over your beautiful white dress. Let's go get changed. Brilliant. Absolutely.
I just happen to have this backup dress in my trunk. What would you know?
Oh, my God. Justin, you are smarter than your age portrays, man. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Like, that's a seasoned veteran move right there, dude.
It's not my first wedding.